My girlfriend said, "I just need some time for myself. I'm not ready for this relationship right now." After 5 years together, I simply said, "All right, if that's what you want." Then I stepped back, far back. A few weeks later, her voicemail said, "I didn't mean to break up." But by then, I'm Derek, 29 years old, and until 3 months ago, I thought I knew exactly where my life was heading. 5 years with Olivia, 27, living together for 3 of those years in a decent apartment in Brooklyn. I work as a software engineer, she's a graphic designer. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or so I thought. It happened on a Tuesday evening in late July. I remember because I'd just gotten a promotion at work and wanted to celebrate. I picked up her favorite wine, some expensive cheese from that place she likes, and came home early. She was sitting on the couch, looking at her phone, and when I walked in with my smile and the shopping bag, she didn't even look up. "We need to talk," she said. Those 4 words. I set the bag down on the counter. "Okay," I said, sitting across from her. "What's going on?" She put her phone face down on the coffee table. "I've been thinking a lot lately. About us, about where we're going. And I just need some time for myself. I'm not ready for this relationship right now." I sat there, processing. 5 years. 3 of them living together. Shared furniture, shared bills, shared life. "Are you breaking up with me?" I asked. "I don't know. I just need space. Time to figure out what I want." "Olivia, we've been together for 5 years. You don't know what you want?" "It's not that simple, Derek. I feel like I've lost myself. I don't know who I am outside of us anymore." I took a breath. "So what does this mean? Do you want me to move out? Do you want to move out?" "I think I should stay with my sister for a while. Just a few weeks, maybe a month, just to clear my head. Here's what I didn't do. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I didn't ask her to reconsider. Instead, I stood up, walked to the kitchen, put the wine in the fridge and said, 'All right, if that's what you want.'" She looked surprised. "That's it? You're not going to fight for us? You just told me you need space. What do you want me to do? Tell you that you're wrong about your own feelings? I just thought I don't know. When are you leaving?" "Tomorrow. I already talked to Rachel." "Okay. Do you need help packing?" "No. I've got it." I nodded and went to the bedroom. Heard her make a phone call. Voice low, couldn't make out the words. That night, we slept in the same bed, but might as well have been on different continents. The next morning, Wednesday, she packed 2 suitcases. I made coffee, offered her a cup. She took it, we didn't talk much. When she was ready to leave, she stood by the door. "Derek, I'm sorry." "Don't be. You need to do what's right for you. I'll text you. We can talk about everything once I've had some time." "Sure." She left. I heard her car start, drive away. Then I sat on the couch in our apartment that suddenly felt too big, and I made a decision. I wasn't going to wait around. That afternoon, I called my buddy James. "You still looking for a roommate?" "Yeah, man, why?" "Olivia and I are done. I need a place." "Shit, sorry, bro." "Yeah, the room's still open. When do you want to move in?" "This weekend?" "Works for me." I spent the rest of the week packing my stuff, methodically separated everything. This is mine, this is hers, this is ours. The ours pile I left in the living room. Couch we bought together, TV stand, kitchen table, some decorations. I took my desk, my computer setup, my clothes, my books, kept it simple. I also started going through old photos on my laptop. 5 years of memories. Our first vacation to Maine. The time we drove cross-country. Her birthday parties I'd planned. Christmas mornings. All of it stored in neat folders. I backed everything up to an external drive and then deleted them from my main computer. Not out of anger, but out of necessity. I needed to move forward, not keep looking back. There was this one photo that stuck with me, though. Us at her best friend's wedding 2 years ago. Olivia in a blue dress, me in a suit, both of us smiling like we didn't have a care in the world. I remember that night she'd whispered to me during the reception, "That'll be us someday." I'd believed her. I saved that photo separately, not sure why. Maybe as a reminder of what I thought we were. Friday, I signed the lease at James's place. Saturday, I moved out. Left my key on the counter with a note. "Olivia, I've moved out. Figured it would be easier for you to have the space you need. Rent is paid through the end of the month. After that, the lease is in your name, so it's your call whether to stay or break it. I took what was mine, left everything else. No hard feelings. Take care. Derek." I didn't tell her I was moving out, didn't ask permission, just did it. By Sunday, I was fully settled in at James's place. 2-bedroom apartment, smaller, cheaper, but comfortable. James worked in finance, kept weird hours, so we didn't get in each other's way much. He asked me once if I was okay. I said, yeah. He didn't push. The first few nights were strange. I'd wake up around 3 a.m., instinctively reach across the bed, find nothing but empty space. The silence was different too. No sound of Olivia's breathing, no rustling of sheets when she'd turn over. Just quiet. But I adjusted faster than I thought I would. Update 2 weeks went by. Radio silence from Olivia. I didn't reach out either. I went to work, hit the gym more often, started cooking actual meals instead of ordering takeout. James and I had people over for poker night. I went on a hike upstate with some co-workers. Life continued. I also unfollowed Olivia on social media. Not out of spite, just self-preservation. I didn't need to see her posts about finding herself or whatever journey she was on. I muted her sister Rachel too, and a few mutual friends who I knew would post pictures if they hung out with her. My mom called during this time. She loved Olivia, had been asking when we were going to get engaged. "How's Olivia doing?" she asked during our weekly call. "We're not together anymore, Mom." Silence. "What happened?" "She needed space, so I gave it to her." "Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm good. Really. You know you can always come home if you need to." "I know, but I'm fine here. Actually doing better than I expected." She didn't push, but I could hear the worry in her voice when we said goodbye. Then, on a Thursday evening, my phone buzzed. "Olivia. Hey, can we talk?" I stared at the message for a minute, then put my phone down, finished the episode I was watching, made some tea, picked up the phone again. "Sure. What's up? Can I call you?" I'd prefer text for now. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "I went by the apartment yesterday." "You moved out?" "Yeah." "You didn't tell me. You asked for space." "I gave you space. I didn't mean for you to move out completely." "What did you mean then?" "I don't know. I just needed time to think." "And have you? Thought about things?" "Yes. I miss you." I put the phone down again. Looked at those 3 words. I miss you. After 2 weeks of nothing. After telling me she didn't know if she wanted this relationship. I'm glad you've had time to think. I hope you figure out what you want. Derek, don't be like this. Like what? You wanted space, I gave you space. I'm not sitting around waiting for you to decide whether I'm worth your time. That's not fair. What's not fair is asking someone to put their life on hold while you figure yourself out. I'm not doing that. Can we at least meet and talk about this? Maybe eventually. But not right now. I'm good where I am. She didn't respond after that. James came home about an hour later, saw me on the couch with a beer. "Everything cool?" he asked. Olivia texted. Says she misses me. "What did you say?" "That I'm not waiting around." He grabbed a beer, sat down. "Good. You deserve better than that limbo bullshit." Yeah. 3 days later on Sunday, my phone rang. Olivia. I let it go to voicemail. She called again an hour later. Voicemail again. Then she texted, "Please pick up. I really need to talk to you. I didn't respond. Monday morning, she called while I was at work, left another voicemail. I listened to it during lunch. Derek, please call me back. I know I messed up. I didn't mean to break up. I just needed time, and now I realize that I was wrong. I miss you so much. I miss us. Can we please just talk? Please? Her voice was shaky, like she'd been crying. I saved the voicemail and didn't call back. That evening, she texted again. I'm coming by James's place tomorrow after work. We need to talk face to face. How do you know where I live? James's Instagram. I saw a photo you were tagged in. Don't come here, Olivia. I'm coming. You can either let me in or we can talk in the hallway, but we're talking. I showed James the messages. Want me to be here? He asked. Nah, it's fine. I'll handle it. Update 2 Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Knock on the door. I opened it. Olivia stood there, looking smaller than I remembered. Hair pulled back, no makeup, wearing jeans and a hoodie. Her eyes were red. Hi, she said. Hi. Can I come in? Sure. She walked in, looked around. Nice place. It works. We sat in the living room. Awkward silence. She was fidgeting with her hands, something she always did when she was nervous. I noticed she was still wearing the bracelet I'd given her for her birthday last year. Small details that shouldn't have mattered, but somehow did. I made a mistake, she started. I thought I needed space, but what I really needed was to figure out why I was feeling stuck. And it wasn't you. It was me. I was scared. Scared of what? Of commitment. Of the future. Of turning 30 without feeling like I'd accomplished anything. I panicked. Okay. I know I hurt you. I know I can't take back what I said. But I want to try again. I want us to try again. I leaned back in my chair. Olivia, when you said you needed space, I respected that. I didn't fight it, because if you're not sure about us after 5 years, then fighting isn't going to change anything. I was confused. I'm not confused anymore. That's good. I'm happy you figured it out. But I'm not confused either. What do you mean? I mean, I spent 2 weeks realizing that I don't want to be with someone who isn't sure about me. You asked for time, I gave you time, and in that time I realized I deserve better than being someone's backup plan. You're not a backup plan. Then what am I? You left because you didn't know what you wanted. Now you want me back because you missed the comfort. That's not the same as wanting me. That's not true. Isn't it? Be honest. Did you meet someone else? She looked away. That was all the answer I needed. Who is he? I asked. It doesn't matter. Nothing happened. Olivia. A guy from work. We got drinks a few times. I thought maybe I had feelings for him. Turns out I didn't. It made me realize what I had with you. The anger I expected didn't come. Instead, I just felt tired. Tired of the games. Tired of being the safe option. Tired of this conversation. His name? I asked. Why does it matter? Because I want to know who you were willing to throw us away for. Tyler. His name is Tyler, and I didn't throw us away. Nothing physical happened. We just talked. You left me to explore something with another guy. Whether you kissed him or not doesn't change that fact. I stood up. You left me to see if you could do better. Found out you couldn't. Now you want to come back. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. And the worst part? You didn't even have the courage to tell me the truth. You made it about needing space, about finding yourself, when really you just wanted to see what else was out there. Derek, please. I think you should go. Don't do this. You already did this. I'm just accepting it. She started crying. Real tears. I love you. I made a mistake. Please don't throw away 5 years because I screwed up. I'm not throwing away 5 years. You did that. I'm just refusing to pretend it didn't happen. She sat there for another minute, crying quietly. Then she stood up, wiped her face. If you change your mind. She started. I won't. She left. I closed the door, stood there for a moment, then went back to the couch. James came home about 20 minutes later. "How'd it go?" he asked. "She wanted to get back together." I said no. "How do you feel?" "Honestly?" "Relieved." Over the next week, Olivia called twice more. I didn't answer. She sent a few texts. I didn't respond. Then her sister Rachel reached out. "Hey, Derek, Olivia's really struggling. I know she messed up, but she genuinely wants to make things right. Can you at least talk to her?" "Rachel, I appreciate that you're looking out for your sister, but this isn't your fight. Olivia and I are done. I've moved on." "Moved on?" "It's been a month. And in that month, I've been happier than I was in the last 6 months with her. That should tell you something." She didn't respond. A few days later, I got a message from Olivia's best friend, Hannah. We'd always gotten along well, and she'd been at that wedding where I'd saved that photo. "Derek, I just wanted to say I'm sorry about everything. Olivia told me what happened. For what it's worth, I think she really does regret it. But I also think you're doing the right thing. You deserve someone who's sure about you." "Thanks, Hannah. I appreciate that. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. And I mean that as your friend, not as Olivia's friend." That message meant more to me than I expected. It was validation that I wasn't crazy for walking away. Final update. It's been 2 months since Olivia first asked for space, 3 months total since that Tuesday in July. The apartment lease ended. Olivia moved in with Rachel. Heard through mutual friends that the guy from work, Tyler, turned out to have a girlfriend. Olivia apparently didn't know. The whole thing blew up at their office when Tyler's girlfriend showed up one day and confronted Olivia in front of everyone. She's looking for a new job now. Part of me felt bad hearing that, but mostly, I just felt nothing. As for me, I'm doing better than I thought I would. Started seeing someone new about 3 weeks ago. Her name's Alex. She's a teacher. We met through a friend of James's. It's casual right now, but it's easy. No drama, no games. She knows what she wants, and she's honest about it. Revolutionary concept. I got another promotion at work. More responsibility, better pay. Been working on a side project with a couple of colleagues that might turn into something bigger. Life is busy in a good way. I also started therapy. Not because I was falling apart, but because I wanted to understand why I'd stayed with someone who clearly wasn't all in. My therapist helped me see patterns I'd ignored. How Olivia would sometimes go cold for days. How she'd make plans and cancel last minute. How she always needed reassurance but never gave it back. Red flags I'd explained away because I loved her. My workout routine has become almost meditative. I'm up at 6 a.m. most mornings, at the gym by 6:30. It clears my head, gives me structure. I've lost about 15 pounds, put on muscle, feel stronger than I have in years. Not trying to prove anything to Olivia, just proving something to myself. Last week, I ran into Olivia at a coffee shop in Park Slope. She saw me first, started to walk over, then noticed Alex sitting across from me. Olivia stopped, turned around, left the shop. Through the window, I saw her pull out her phone, probably texting Rachel or Hannah. Alex noticed. "Ex-girlfriend?" "Yeah." She looks sad. "Probably. But that's not my problem anymore. Cold. Realistic." Alex smiled. "I like that about you. You don't play games. Learned that the hard way." Later that night, I got a text from Hannah. "Olivia saw you today. With someone else. She's pretty devastated. I'm sorry she's hurting, but I've moved on. She had her chance. I know. Just thought you should know. She finally gets it now. What she lost. Sometimes we only appreciate things when they're gone. But that doesn't mean they come back. You're right. Take care of yourself, Derek." I saw Olivia's Instagram last night. She posted something about self-love and healing, and how sometimes the universe removes people from your life to protect you. Comments full of supportive messages from friends who probably don't know the full story, all telling her she's a queen and she deserves better. The irony wasn't lost on me. I didn't like it, didn't comment, just scrolled past. My mom asked about her again last week. Have you talked to Olivia at all? No, Mom. And I won't be. I just thought maybe with some time. Mom, she left me to chase another guy. There's no amount of time that makes that okay. I'm seeing someone new. Her name's Alex. You'd like her. I'd love to meet her when you're ready. Soon, I promise. My dad got on the phone after. He's not one for emotional conversations, but he said, "Proud of you, son. Takes guts to walk away when someone isn't treating you right." That meant everything. Here's what I learned. When someone asks for space, give it to them. All of it. Don't wait around hoping they'll change their mind. Don't put your life on hold. Don't make yourself smaller so they can feel bigger. Respect their decision and move on. If they come back and you want to try again, that's your choice. But you don't owe them a second chance just because they decided they made a mistake. Olivia taught me that the hard way. And honestly, I'm grateful. Because if she hadn't asked for space, I might have spent years with someone who wasn't sure about me. I might have proposed, gotten married, had kids, all while she wondered if there was something better out there. Now I'm with someone who is sure, someone who chooses me every day without hesitation. I'm 29, I've got a good job, good friends, good prospects. I'm dating someone who actually likes spending time with me. Olivia's somewhere out there figuring out her life. I hope she does. I hope she finds what she's looking for. I hope she learns that you can't treat people like options and expect them to wait around. But I'm done being the person she settles for when she can't find it. Last night, James and I were watching TV and he said, "You know, I didn't think you'd bounce back this fast." Neither did I. What changed? I realized that being alone is better than being with someone who makes you feel alone. He nodded. That's deep, man. It's true, though. Some people think closure comes from having that final conversation where everything is said and understood. But sometimes closure is just realizing you don't need it. You let go and you move forward. That's it. No dramatic finale, no big revelation, just the quiet decision to choose yourself. My fiancée told me, I just need some time to figure out my feelings. I gave her space, trusting her words, until I stumbled upon texts, secret calls, and late-night plans that shattered everything I thought I knew. In that instant, the life I imagined with her felt like it never existed. I'm a 31-year-old guy, and up until 3 months ago, I thought I had my life figured out. Sarah and I had been together for 4 years. We got engaged last summer at her parents' lake house. The whole thing was perfect. Her mom cried, her dad shook my hand for what felt like 5 minutes straight, and Sarah kept saying yes, over and over like she couldn't believe it was real. We set a date for this coming June. I'd already put down deposits on the venue, the photographer, the caterer, and even the damn florist. We had cake tastings scheduled. We'd started our registry. This was happening. Then, in early January, things started feeling off. Sarah became distant. She'd stay late at work events she'd never mentioned before. She'd take her phone into the bathroom when she showered. When I'd ask her what was wrong, she'd just say she was stressed about wedding planning and her job. I believed her because I'm an idiot who wanted to believe her. I even suggested we postpone some of the wedding planning to take pressure off her. She said no, that wasn't necessary. She just needed to get through this rough patch at work. 2 weeks ago, she sat me down on our couch, the same couch we'd picked out together at IKEA on a Saturday afternoon, arguing about whether to get the gray or the blue, and eventually compromising on the gray because she said it would hide stains better, and said those words that changed everything. I just need some time to figure out my feelings. She had tears in her eyes, real tears streaming down her face. She held my hand and told me it wasn't about me, that she loved me, but she felt overwhelmed and needed space to think clearly about our future together. How much space? I asked, my voice barely working. Maybe a couple weeks. I'll stay at my friend Monica's place. We can still text, but I just need to not be here right now. I need to clear my head. I didn't want to agree, but what choice did I have? Force her to stay? Beg her not to go? I helped her pack a bag that night, watched her take her toothbrush from the holder, her pillow from our bed, that book she was halfway through reading. The apartment felt like a tomb after she left. I sat in the dark for 2 hours just staring at the wall. For 5 days, I gave her that space. I texted once, "I love you. I'm here when you're ready to talk. Take all the time you need." She responded with a heart emoji. That was it. 1 heart emoji in 5 days. Then came last Thursday. I was doing laundry, her laundry actually, stuff she'd left behind in the hamper. I found her iPad wrapped in a sweater at the bottom of the basket. The battery was almost dead, so I plugged it in to charge, thinking she might need it and would ask for it eventually. When the screen lit up, I saw she was still logged into her iMessage account. The notification preview on the lock screen showed a message from someone named D. No contact name, just the letter. The message read, "Can't wait to see you tonight. I'll bring the wine you like." My hands started shaking. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. I unlocked the iPad. We'd always known each other's passcodes. One of those couple things that felt like trust at the time. The messages loaded, and my entire world disintegrated right there in our laundry room. The conversation went back weeks, months actually, since November. There were good morning texts, inside jokes, late-night messages that made me want to throw up. But it was the recent ones that killed me. The ones from the past 2 weeks while she'd been figuring out her feelings. D. January 10th, 9:47 p.m. Did you talk to him yet? Sarah, 9:52 p.m. Yeah, I told him I needed space. He bought it completely. D. 9:53 p.m. Good. This weekend then, we can finally stop hiding. Sarah, 9:55 p.m. I feel terrible but also relieved. Is that horrible? D. 9:58 p.m. You're not horrible. You're just finally choosing yourself. Choosing us. I sat on the floor of our bedroom reading through everything. My legs just gave out. There were photos they'd exchanged, nothing explicit but intimate enough. A picture of him at some bar, holding up a drink to the camera with a stupid grin. A selfie Sarah had sent from our bathroom mirror wearing the black lingerie said I'd bought her for Christmas, the one that cost me almost $200 at that fancy boutique she liked. The timestamp was January 8th, 3 days before she asked for space. I couldn't breathe right. I kept reading, scrolling back further and further. They'd met at her company's holiday party in December. He was someone's +1, a friend of a coworker. They'd exchanged numbers that night, started texting the next day. By late December, they'd met up for coffee at that place on 5th Street. Then drinks at the bar near her office. Then dinner at Marcello's, the Italian place downtown I'd been trying to get reservations at for our anniversary for months. She'd told me she was working late those nights. I remembered them specifically. December 18th, she'd texted me around 6 p.m., saying her team was doing an emergency strategy session. December 22nd, she said her boss needed her to finish a presentation. I'd even made her dinner on the 22nd and left it in the fridge for when she got home at 11 p.m. She'd heated it up and told me I was the best fiancé in the world while she ate it. I found a message from January 2nd where she told him, "I think I'm falling for you, and I don't know what to do about it." This wasn't supposed to happen. His response, "Then don't fight it. Life's too short to stay with someone out of obligation." That word, obligation. 4 years of my life, 4 years of building a future together, reduced to an obligation. Update 1, I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw those messages. I took screenshots of everything. I know how this works. Evidence matters in these situations, and sent them to my email. Then I plugged her iPad back in exactly where I found it, wrapped in the same sweater, and put it back in the hamper. I waited. Friday morning, I called in sick to work. I told my boss I had food poisoning. I couldn't function. I couldn't pretend to care about spreadsheets and meetings when my entire life was falling apart. Around noon, Sarah texted me, "How are you holding up?" I know this is hard. I stared at that message for 10 minutes before responding, "I'm okay. Missing you, though. How's Monica's place working out?" "It's good. She's been really supportive and letting me talk through everything. I think this space is helping me get clarity." "That's great," I typed back, each word making me feel sick. "I'm glad you have support through this." I wanted to scream. I wanted to call her and tell her I knew everything. Instead, I started planning what I'd do next. I knew from the messages they were supposed to meet Saturday night. She'd told him she was free all weekend and that they should make the most of it, since they'd been so careful for so long. I decided I'd be there too, watching. I just had to figure out where exactly they'd be. Saturday afternoon, I texted her, "Hey, I know this is bad timing, but I think I left my AirPods at Monica's place when I helped you move your stuff last week. Can I swing by real quick to grab them?" She responded 20 minutes later. "Actually, I'm not at Monica's right now. I'm running errands and meeting up with some friends later. Can it wait until tomorrow? I'll bring them to you." "Sure, no problem," I replied. "Have fun with your friends." Liar. I knew exactly where she was. I'd seen the messages. She was at his apartment on the west side, helping him prepare dinner before they went out for the evening. She'd sent him her ETA at 3 p.m. with a winky face. I drove there. I don't know what I expected to accomplish, but I couldn't sit in our apartment anymore, surrounded by her things, pretending I didn't know the truth. His building was one of those modern ones with the glass doors and the fancy intercom system. I parked across the street where I had a clear view of the entrance and waited. At 7:15 p.m., they came out together. She was wearing the blue dress, the one with the little flowers on it that I'd told her looked beautiful on her last spring, the one she wore when I proposed at the lake house. He had his hand on the small of her back in that possessive way. She was laughing at something he'd said, tilting her head back the way she used to laugh with me when we first started dating. I followed them in my car, keeping enough distance that they wouldn't notice. They went to a restaurant 3 blocks away, one of those trendy places with exposed brick and Edison bulbs. I watched them get a table by the window. I watched him reach across and take her hand. I watched her lean in and kiss him like she meant it. I sat in my car for 45 minutes just watching them through that window like some pathetic stalker. At one point, she excused herself, probably to the bathroom, and I saw him check his phone and smile at whatever he was looking at. When she came back, he stood up and pulled her chair out for her like a perfect gentleman. They ordered dessert. They shared it with 1 spoon. I drove home and drank half a bottle of whiskey straight from the bottle. Update 2. Sunday morning, I woke up on the couch with a splitting headache. My phone showed a text from Sarah sent at 9:32 a.m. "I think I'm ready to talk about everything. Can I come by this afternoon around 4? I think I've figured some things out." "Sure," I responded, just that one word. She showed up at 3:50, which would have been punctual if it was the actual time she'd suggested. She looked nervous, fidgeting with her keys. She sat on the edge of the couch, her hands folded in her lap like a kid about to confess something to their parents. "So," she started, not quite meeting my eyes, "I've been doing a lot of thinking this past week." "Have you?" I asked. I was sitting in the chair across from her, my laptop on the coffee table between us, closed but ready. "Yeah, and I think I need more time than I originally thought. I'm realizing that maybe we rushed into the engagement. Maybe I'm not ready for marriage yet. I'm only 29, and I feel like I haven't fully figured out who I am as a person. Is that right? Please, don't be angry. I love you, I do, but I need to be honest with myself about what I want. It's not fair to either of us if I'm not completely sure." "Honest," I repeated slowly. "Okay, let me be honest too." I opened my laptop and turned it toward her. On the screen were the screenshots, the messages, all of it laid out chronologically. Her face went completely white. The color just drained out like someone had pulled a plug. "I found your iPad," I said, my voice eerily calm. "Thursday. I've read everything. Every single message since November." "Oh my God," she whispered, her hand going to her mouth. "I can explain." "No," I cut her off. "You really can't. You've been cheating on me since December with Derek from your office party. You lied about needing space. You're still lying right now, sitting on our couch, trying to feed me some bullshit about not being ready for marriage when the real reason is you've been screwing some guy you've known for 6 weeks." She started crying, those same real tears from before. "I didn't mean for it to happen this way. But it did happen, multiple times. And you know what the worst part is? You kept me hanging. You let me sit here thinking our relationship was salvageable, that you were working through your feelings while you were out playing house with him. I watched you kiss him last night, Sarah. I followed you to dinner and watched you through the window wearing the dress from our engagement." Her crying got harder. "You followed me?" "Yeah, I did. Because you're a liar and I needed to see it with my own eyes." "I was confused," she sobbed, her whole body shaking. "I didn't know what I wanted." "You knew exactly what you wanted. You just wanted to keep me as backup in case it didn't work out with Derek. Insurance policy, right? 4 years of insurance." She tried to reach for me across the coffee table, but I pulled back hard. "Don't touch me. Please, can we just talk about this like adults?" "We are talking about it. I'm telling you that we're done. Finished. I want you to pack up the rest of your stuff and be completely out by tomorrow evening. I'm keeping the apartment since my name's the only one on the lease. The deposits for the wedding are non-refundable, so congratulations on wasting thousands of dollars of my money on a wedding that's never going to happen." "You're being cruel," she said, her voice breaking into pieces. I laughed, and it sounded bitter and harsh even to my own ears. "I'm being cruel? Sarah, you told this guy I was an obligation. 4 years of my life, 4 years of planning a future, and I was an obligation you needed to escape from." She didn't have anything to say to that. She just sat there crying. "Get out," I said quietly. "Come back tomorrow for your stuff. I'll be at work." She left without another word. Final update. It's been 5 weeks since she moved out. She took her stuff on Monday while I was at work. I'd left keys with my friend Mike to supervise and make sure she didn't take anything that wasn't hers. According to Mike, she cried the entire time, kept saying she'd made a huge mistake, that she loved me. Mike said he didn't respond, just made sure she took her things and left the keys on the counter. She tried calling me probably 15 times that first week. I blocked her number after the 3rd day. She sent emails, long ones explaining how confused she'd been, how Derek had pursued her relentlessly, how she'd never meant to hurt me. I filtered them all to spam without reading past the first few lines. Her friend Monica actually showed up at my apartment once trying to advocate on Sarah's behalf, telling me I was being too harsh and that Sarah was devastated. I told Monica she had 30 seconds to leave or I'd call the cops for trespassing. She left in 20. I found out from our mutual friend Jason that Sarah and Derek are officially together now. They made it Facebook official 2 weeks ago with some photo of them at a park. Some people commented congratulations. Some people who knew about me and our engagement didn't comment at all. Jason said Sarah's been telling people we'd been on the rocks for months, and that the split was mutual, that we both realized we wanted different things. He said he called her out on it, and she blocked him. I canceled the wedding venue last week, lost the $2,500 deposit on that, lost another $1,200 on the photographer who had a no-refund policy, almost $4,000 down the drain for a wedding that was never going to happen. I kept the engagement ring. It's sitting in my sock drawer. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet. Maybe sell it and take a trip somewhere. Maybe throw it into the river. Haven't decided. My mom called when she found out everything. She never really liked Sarah. Said something always felt off about her, that she seemed too concerned with appearances, but she refrained from saying, "I told you so," which I genuinely appreciated. Dad offered to take me to a basketball game next weekend. I said yes. It'll be good to get out. The apartment still feels too big sometimes, too empty. I've been sleeping on the couch most nights because the bed feels wrong, like it belongs to a different version of me. I packed up all her remaining stuff, the books she forgot on the shelf, the coffee mug with her initial on it, a hairbrush with strands of her blonde hair still in it, and donated everything to Goodwill. I didn't want any reminders sitting around. A coworker asked me last week if I was okay, said I seemed different. I said yes, but I'm not entirely sure that's true. I'm functional. I go to work, I pay my bills, I see friends on weekends. But there's this anger that sits in my chest constantly that I don't know what to do with. Not even anger at her anymore, really. Anger at myself for not seeing it sooner, for missing all the signs that must have been there, for trusting the wrong person, for wasting 4 years building a life with someone who could throw it away for someone she'd known 6 weeks. People keep telling me it gets better with time. I'm waiting for that part to kick in. She said, "If you're not okay with me hitting clubs with my single friends, you're being possessive." I replied, "You're right. My bad." Then I signed up for a dating app, using our couple's photos with her face cropped out. When her friends spotted my profile and told her, she finally grasped the concept of boundaries. I, 29, male, had been with Ava, 27, for 3 years, cohabiting for 1. The clubbing started 6 months ago when her friend Tara got divorced. Suddenly it was girls' nights every Friday and Saturday. Not casual drinks, but leaving at 10 p.m., returning at 4 a.m., wearing barely there outfits, hitting whichever club had a ladies' night deal. At first, I was fine with it, support your friend through a breakup, but it turned into every weekend, and the stories got strange. Some guy got us a VIP booth. This club promoter gave us free entry. You should see the looks we get skipping the line. Then I saw Nikki's Instagram story. My girlfriend grinding on some random guy, not casual club dancing, full-on, intentional grinding. I brought it up calmly. "Hey, saw Nikki's story." That made me uneasy. Ava's response. "Are you seriously creeping on my friend's social media?" "That's weird. It's just dancing. Stop being so insecure. I'm not okay with you grinding on random guys. It doesn't mean anything. God, you're so possessive. Tara's ex was like this. Look how that ended. He cheated with his assistant because he was controlling and pushed her away. That's not how that went. But fine. The next weekend, she was getting ready again. A dress that was more a concept than fabric. "Maybe I could join you guys sometime?" She laughed. "It's girls' night." The point is, no boyfriends. Besides, you hate clubs, I don't hate them. If you're not okay with me going to clubs with my single friends, you're possessive. Tara says this is textbook toxic masculinity. You either trust me or you don't. I looked at her for a long moment. You're right. My bad. She smiled, pecked my cheek. See? Progress. Lila's picking me up in 20. After she left, I sat there thinking. Trust, right? Boundaries go both ways, don't they? I downloaded Bumble. Now, before you come for me, I wasn't planning to cheat. I wanted to prove a point. A very specific point. I used our couple's photos. All of them. Our beach vacation. Us at her cousin's wedding. That cute one from the apple orchard. I just cropped her out. Bio. 29 digital strategist. Seeking someone who values boundaries and open communication. Love new restaurants, hiking and chill nights in. No drama, no games. Within an hour, I had 12 likes. Saturday night, Ava out again. I'm swiping through Bumble. Then I see her, Lila, one of Ava's single friends, the one always preaching about hot girl summer and men are trash. She matched with me instantly. Evan? What the fuck are you doing on here? Oh, hey, Lila. Just meeting new people. Ava says I need to be less possessive and more trusting, so I'm working on myself. Does she know you're on a dating app? Does she tell me everything that happens at the club? Message seen. No reply. 20 minutes later, my phone blows up, Ava calling. What the hell are you doing on Bumble? Having personal growth. Expanding my circle. You're on a dating app. You're grinding on strangers in clubs. That's different. How? It just is. I'm with my friends. You're literally trying to date other people. I'm literally on our couch watching Hulu. You're out right now. Where are you, by the way? That's not... Delete it. Now, delete what? My personal social media? That sounds pretty possessive, Ava. She hung up, came home at 1 a.m. instead of 4, silent treatment until morning. Sunday morning, she's at the kitchen table, phone out, ready for battle. We need to talk about boundaries. Great, I agree. You crossed a line. Which one? The one where I'm supposed to be fine with you grinding on strangers, or the one where I'm not allowed to have my own social life? Being on a dating app while in a relationship is cheating. But grinding on random guys isn't? It's just dancing. And Bumble's just an app. She showed me her phone, screenshots from Lila, Tara, and Nikki. They'd all seen my profile. You used our photos from our trips. My face. My photos, my memories too. You're being petty. I'm being fair. You want to act single on weekends? Cool. So will I update one. So Ava decided to call my bluff. Instead of, having a mature discussion about boundaries. She went all in. She made her own dating profile. But not just any profile. She used our photos too. Kept herself in them and blurred my face. Bio. Getting over a possessive ex. Looking for a real man secure enough to let me live my truth. Her friends screenshotted it and sent it to me. They thought it was epic. Slay queen. Teach him fine. Game on. I matched with 3 of her co-workers, not intentionally. They popped up, recognized me from her Instagram, and swiped right out of curiosity. Sarah from her HR department. Evan, are you and Ava split up? Me. Taking a break. She needs space to explore her freedom. OMG, she was just talking about your anniversary trip next month. Yeah, might have to cancel. That word spread through her office like a wildfire. Suddenly Ava's getting questions at work. Are you okay? I saw Evan on Bumble. So sorry. Men are garbage. She came home livid Tuesday night. You're telling people we're broken up? I said we're taking a break. Isn't that what acting single at clubs every weekend is? I'm not acting single. I'm just having fun with friends. And I'm just chatting with new people on an app. You matched with my co-workers. You mean like how you let random guys buy you drinks every weekend? She grabbed her phone. Fine. You want to play this game? She invited her friends over. Tara, Nikki, Lila, and 2 others I didn't know, Vanessa and Chloe. They sat in our living room like a jury at a trial. Tara started, Evan, we're worried about your toxic behavior. Which behavior exactly? This manipulative dating app stunt. As opposed to Ava grinding on strangers? Nikki jumped in. It's dancing. At a club, it's what people do. And dating apps are for meeting people. It's what they're for Vanessa, who I'd never met. You're gaslighting her. How? By making her feel bad for having a social life. She can have whatever social life she wants. So can I? Lila pulled out her phone. Look, if you delete your profile right now, we'll make sure Ava doesn't cross any lines at the club. You'll make sure? So you're admitting lines exist that could be crossed? Silence. Ava stood up. You know what? Keep your profile. I don't care. But I'm changing mine. She updated it that night. New bio. In an open relationship, my boyfriend thinks he's proving a point, but the joke's on him. HMU. If you can handle a real woman. Here's the thing. I'd been getting actual matches. Not trying to, but getting them. One stood out. A woman named Riley who worked at a rival ad agency. Riley: your girlfriend sounds exhausting. Me: currently figuring out if she's still my girlfriend. Riley: if you decide, I know a great taco spot. I didn't reply further, but I didn't unmatch either. Thursday, Ava's getting ready for girls' night again, but this time she's on her phone texting furiously. What's wrong? Tara's boyfriend saw her Tinder profile. Tara has a boyfriend? Yeah, for like 2 months. And she's on Tinder? She was just browsing to see who's out there. He's being totally unreasonable. The irony was unreal. So, is girls' night canceled? No, she needs us now more than ever, toxic guys trying to control women's choices. She left at 10 p.m. as usual. I matched with her Pilates instructor. Update 2. Friday night got wild. Ava went out as usual, but this time Tara was single again. No surprise, and ready to go all out. According to Ava's texts, they were living their best lives. Around midnight, I get a DM on Instagram from a guy named Mason. Yo, is this your girl? Video attached. Ava doing body shots off some shirtless guy at the club. Not anymore, I replied. Here's the thing. I wasn't even mad. I was relieved. Like when you finally admit that spoiled yogurt is bad and toss it. I screenshotted everything. Then I did something petty. I updated my Bumble profile with a new photo. One from earlier that day at the gym. Caption: single and ready to vibe. Ex thought boundaries were possessive. I thought body shots with strangers were cheating. Funny how perspectives differ. Within minutes, Riley messaged. So you made that call? Seems it was made for me. Tacos tomorrow? 2 p.m.? Definitely. Ava came home at 5 a.m. Not drunk, but buzzing from that post-club high. Wild night. Tara hooked up with this DJ who might get us into... I showed her my phone. The video. Her face cycled through 6 emotions. That's not what it looks like. It looks like you're licking tequila off a stranger's abs. It was a dare. The girls dared me. It meant nothing. Cool. Then you won't mind that I have a taco date tomorrow. A what? Date. Tacos. Tomorrow. 2 p.m. You can't go on a date. We're together, are we? Because you're doing body shots off strangers. That's different. It was a joke. A game. And dating apps are games too, right? That's what you said when you made your profile. She started crying. But not sad crying. Angry crying. You're doing this to hurt me. I'm doing this because you've shown me repeatedly you want to be single on weekends. I'm just making it permanent. I don't want to be single. I just want to have fun with my friends. And now you can. Every night, from your own place. That stopped her dead. My own place? Yeah. We're done. I'll give you 30 days to find somewhere else. You can't kick me out. I live here. You're not on the lease. You pay me rent month to month. Legally, you're my tenant. 30 days notice. She lost it. Called Tara, Nikki, Lila, had them on speaker for a group meltdown call. He's evicting me. That's illegal. It wasn't. Call the cops. For what? He can't do this. I could. Saturday morning, she was still in bed when I left for tacos with Riley. I left a formal 30-day notice on the kitchen counter, notarized and everything. Tacos with Riley were great, really great. She was witty, straightforward, had her life together. We talked for 3 hours. So, your ex really thought grinding on strangers was fine, but dating apps were cheating? The mental gymnastics were Olympic level. My ex thought sexting influencers was networking, but me liking a coworker's Instagram post was cheating. We laughed, made plans for dinner Wednesday. When I got home, Ava had printed out tenant rights from some sketchy website. You have to give me 60 days. That's for year-long leases. Yours is month to month. 30 days. Where am I supposed to go? Tara's single now. You can be roommates. Her place is a studio. Sounds cozy. Sunday, she tried a new tactic. Full makeup, cute skirt, made my favorite pancakes. Babe, we can work this out. I'll stop going to clubs. You shouldn't have to change who you are for me. That'd be possessive. Why? I want to change. I see now I was wrong. What exactly were you wrong about? I should have included you more. That's it? Not the grinding? Not the body shots? Not calling me possessive for having boundaries? Those two. All of it. I'm sorry. Cool. Still have dinner plans Wednesday. And you still need to move out. The entitlement kicked into high gear Monday. She group texted our mutual friends that I was financially abusing her by making her homeless. Conveniently left out the body shots. Our friend Nate texted me, "Bro, Ava says you're kicking her out for going to girls' nights?" I sent him the video. "Oh yeah, nah, you're good, man." Tuesday, I came home to find she'd changed her Facebook relationship status to "It's complicated," with a long post about toxic masculinity and men who can't handle confident women. I commented with the body shot video. She deleted the post in 5 minutes. Update 3. So Ava refused to look for apartments. She was convinced I'd come to my senses and this was just a rough patch. Instead, she doubled down on the entitlement. Thursday, she invited her mom over without telling me. I came home to Sandra on my couch, looking disappointed. "Evan, Ava says you're having issues." "Sandra, did she mention the body shots?" "The what?" I showed her the video. Sandra's face was priceless, from protective mom to sheer dismay. "Ava Lynn!" "Mom, it was just, you're doing this and mad at him?" Plot twist I didn't expect. Sandra turned to me. "I'll help her pack." But Ava wasn't done. Friday afternoon, while I was at work, she pulled a stunt. She threw a goodbye party at my apartment, invited 20 people, posted it on her Instagram story. "Last bash in this cage." My neighbor sent me videos, music blaring, people on my balcony, someone definitely vaping inside. I called the police for a noise complaint. Didn't mention I lived there. Cops showed up. Ava tried to claim it was her apartment, but her name wasn't on the lease, and she couldn't prove it. Party got shut down. 3 people got cited for public intoxication. I came home to a wreck. Bottles everywhere. Scorch mark on my coffee table. Someone had puked in my bathroom. I took photos of everything. Texted Ava, who was at Tara's. "You have 48 hours to restore the apartment to its original condition, or I'm deducting cleaning and damages from your security deposit." I didn't pay a security deposit. The $500 you gave me when you moved in? That was a deposit. You said that was for groceries. I said it was for move-in costs. I have the Cash App receipt. She came over Saturday with Tara, Nikki, and Lila to clean. They were furious, not at the mess, at me for making a big deal about nothing. While they cleaned, I went on my 3rd date with Riley. We went biking. She mentioned she'd been apartment hunting. Found a great 2-bedroom, move-in ready next month. That's awesome. Where? She named the complex. Same building as Tara. The universe loves a good joke. Sunday was eviction deadline day. Ava hadn't packed a thing. She was on the couch in my old high school sweatshirt eating cereal. "I'm not leaving." "Okay." I started moving her stuff to the curb, physically carrying boxes of her things outside. "What are you doing?" "You said you're not leaving. So your stuff is. That's illegal. Actually, after 30 days' notice, if a tenant refuses to vacate, their belongings can be removed." I looked it up. She called Tara. "He's throwing my stuff on the street." Tara showed up with her new boyfriend, the DJ from the club. Guy looked at me, looked at the situation and said, "Babe, maybe we should help her move instead." Even he got it. They spent 3 hours loading Tara's car. Ava cried the whole time. Not sad tears, angry, entitled tears. The kind when someone's pissed that consequences are real. "You're going to regret this." "Doubt it." "I was the best thing that ever happened to you." You licked tequila off a stranger. It was a dare. The DJ guy piped up, "Wait, you did body shots at the club?" "That's crazy. I was there that night." Tara glared at him. Not helping Jay. As they drove off, Ava yelled out the window, "Riley's using you for a rebound." Cool. Still better than being used as a bank account for weekend clubbing. Monday, she started the smear campaign, posted on every social media platform about her narcissistic ex, who couldn't handle a strong woman, and tried to control her with financial abuse. Nobody bought it. Why? Because Lila, gossip-loving Lila, had already spilled the entire dating app saga to everyone. It was apparently the juiciest drama in their friend group all year. Also, that body shot video had somehow spread. Mason, the guy who sent it to me, apparently friends with half the town. Tuesday, Ava's dad called me. "Evan, what's this about body shots?" "Sir, did Sandra not tell you?" "Tell me what?" "She just said Ava was being foolish and needed to grow up." I sent him the video. Long pause. "You need help changing those locks?" "Already done, but thanks." "Good man." "Sorry about all this Wednesday. Riley and I were at dinner when she started laughing at her phone." "What's funny?" "My friend just matched with your ex on Tinder. Check this bio, new bio. Recently single after escaping a toxic relationship. Looking for a real man who gets that dancing is just dancing and trust means freedom. No insecure guys." "She seems stable," Riley said. "Should I warn my friend?" "Nah. Let him figure it out Thursday, the final petty move." Ava had forgotten she was logged into my Hulu. I could see she was watching Scandal at Tara's. I changed the password. Got a text immediately. "Seriously? You wanted independence. Hulu's $14.99 a month. You're so petty. You're so single." Final update. A month later, here's where everyone landed. Ava lasted 1 week at Tara's studio before they had a huge fight. Apparently, Tara's DJ boyfriend Jay was there constantly, and Ava felt uneasy with him around. The same Ava who thought grinding on strangers was just dancing suddenly had boundaries when it was her friend's boyfriend wandering around in boxers. She moved back with her parents. Sandra makes her pay rent, but here's where the entitlement hit its peak. 3 weeks after moving out, she showed up at my door at 11 p.m. in that clubbing dress. "I miss you." "Cool. Can we talk?" "We're talking." "Inside?" "Nope." She actually tried to push past me. I stepped back and shut the door. She knocked for 20 minutes. "I know Riley's not there. Her car's not here. She took a lift. We're having game night." That was a lie. Riley was at her place, but Ava didn't need to know that. "You replaced me that fast? You replaced me every weekend at the club." "Just returning the favor." She left a note under my door. "You'll never find anyone who loves you like I did." I texted her, "That's the point." The friend group fell apart. Tara and Nikki had a falling out because Nikki hooked up with Jay after he and Tara split. Lasted 3 weeks. Shocker. Lila started dating one of my Bumble matches who unmatched me when he realized I was just making a point. No hard feelings. Guy seems cool. Vanessa and Chloe, the 2 friends I'd never met, turns out they weren't even friends. They were random girls from the club Ava had met twice. She brought strangers to confront me in my own apartment. The best update? Ava tried to get back on the dating apps for real, but those co-workers who saw my profile? They told everyone at her office about the drama. She became the office warning story about mixing work and personal life. She also got written up at work for excessive social media use after HR found her Instagram stories from the club tagged during a sick day. Last week, I ran into her at a supermarket. She was with Sandra, who waved at me like we were old pals. Ava pretended she didn't see me. Sandra loudly said, "Oh, Evan." "How's Riley?" Ava mumbled something about checking the car and practically sprinted to the parking lot. Sandra winked at me. "She's in therapy now." finally owning up to her accountability issues. Good for her. You know I always liked you. You never let her get away with her nonsense. As for me and Riley, we're solid. Really solid. She has this crazy idea of going out together on weekends. Groundbreaking, I know. She also has healthy boundaries. Doesn't need to grind on strangers for validation. Thinks couples should, act like couples. My favorite part? When her friends invite her to girls' night, she says, "Sure. Evan, you and the guys should plan something too, like a normal person." Last thing, Ava's still on dating apps. Her new bio? Looking for someone mature who gets that relationships need trust and freedom. Must be okay with girls' nights. If you're possessive, swipe left. Riley's friend matched with her just to see. First message from Ava. Do you go to clubs? It's important my partner supports my social life. He unmatched instantly. Oh, and that body shot video? It's legendary in our extended friend group. Someone turned it into a meme. It's now the go-to response whenever anyone says it doesn't mean anything in the group chat. Ava, if you're reading this, and I know you are, Lila told me you still check my socials. Grinding on strangers means something. Body shots mean something. Boundaries mean something. And possessive? That word doesn't mean what you think it means. P.S. Tara's pregnant with Jay's kid. They've known each other 6 weeks. The drama rolls on. Just not my problem anymore.